we're going to be installing today 4 mods and a patch for an existing mod. So, first of all, alternate start, live another life. This places you in a dungeon at the start of the game instead of on the cart. If you want, you can still go through the cart sequence, but this is a whole lot easier, especially for setting up your character more quickly and setting up various things like your MCMs. So, we're going to go ahead and just mod manager download this. Next one, FNIS, or Four's New Isles in Skyrim. This allows you to have more animations or better animations with Skyrim. So, let's go ahead and mod manager download it. Similarly, creature pack, RaceMenu. RaceMenu is a rather complex mod. It does many things. First of all, overhauls the vanilla RaceMenu. Second, it allows you to click the color icon and change the color beyond what the sliders allow. Next one, Realistic Water 2. Realistic Water 2 overhauls the waters, including waterfalls, just to make it look a whole lot nicer. So, just go ahead and mod manager download it. Rather simple one to install. JK Skyrim patch for Realistic Water 2. Go to the JK Skyrim page and scroll down to the miscellaneous and select RWT. This should be updated for RWT version 2. Now let's go back to our mod manager. First of all, alternate start. Okay. FNIS. This will inform you that there's an error if you're using MO2. Just go ahead and expand FNIS behavior, right click on data, and set data directory. And then it should be looks good and click OK. FNIS creatures. Simple enough. RaceMenu. Okay. Realistic Water 2. Here's where it gets a little bit complex simply because it's a foam mod. Next, I'm going to enable ENB Rain. If you use ENB, select it. Otherwise, do not. If you use a slower computer, select half resolution. I'm also going to use extended ambiance. Up to you if you do or don't. Watercolor is also up to you. Next, we don't have any of these mods, so we don't need a patch. Install. And JK Skyrim RW2. Click OK. Let's go ahead and enable all of these mods. Go to plugins, and they should be fine on the right. You'll notice RW2 automatically overwrites Scandinavian seasons. Let's go ahead and check what file it does. The raindrop file. We're going to install RW2 using Cortex. So right click, install. Once it pops up, go through the options. Most of the time, simply click next. We are selecting core files. ENB Rain for the rain texture. Extended ambience for the sounds. None of these are needed. And let it complete. A few seconds later, RW2 pops up, and so you can just close that. Check it on the left. And now, for the rest of these, we're going to need to manually extract them, unfortunately. So go to your Cortex downloads folder, Control select the mods that you have other than RW2 that have yet to be installed. Right click, 7-zip, extract to // And now, back to Cortex. Add new mod from folder. Select, and doing this for each mod, do the folder. For FNIS, go ahead and select FNIS, and then select FNIS behaviors, and that should get you the right folder. And OK. Similarly for FNIS Creature Pack. Select FNIS Creature Pack and select Folder. Now for some of these we're going to need to go into it, so alternate start. Go into it, create a new folder, name it Data. Drag and drop everything into the Data folder. Close it. For JK Skyrim RWT patch, go into it, Data. You only need the ESP in Data. RaceMenu. Drag everything including the SKSE folder into Data. Now check all of those files on the left. Go to Plugins, right click on Refresh, and you should notice there's extra files over here. Check all of them. And there you go. If you're using Vortex, just go ahead and click Install All. It should pop up rather quickly with the RWT. Mod options, ENB rain, extended ambience, nothing, and continue. Enable all. Enable all again. This will deploy and you'll be notified of file conflicts. Go to Unresolved on the Dependencies column and have Scandinavian Seasons override RW2. Hit deploy again. So FNIS, next thing you'll need to do, if you use MO2 for FNIS, is go to the Data tab on the right, go to Tools, Generate FNIS for Users, select Generate FNIS for Users.exe, right click, Add as Executable. Go to the Settings menu, go to Plugins, find FNIS in this list, FNIS Checker, enabled, true. Hit OK. Go to the Open List options, select Create Empty Mod, name it FNIS Output. Enable it. Go to Edit Tools, Generate FNIS for Users, create files in mod instead of overwrite. Scroll until you find FNIS Output, and OK. Now, you need to run Generate FNIS for Users anytime you add or remove or change an animation. Currently we have none, so just exit, cancel, and it should automatically, if you click the refresh button, have FNIS Output updated to have those items in it. In order to add FNIS to Cortex, go ahead and make sure you go to the Programs tab, right click, Add Program. In the executable section, type this line. It should be the cash sign, in parentheses, virtual game dir, /data/tools, /generate FNIS for users, /generate FNIS for users.exe. Go ahead and do that, and in name, name it FNIS or similar. Go ahead and click OK. Run VFS. Go to FNIS and try run it. It should pop up, and go ahead and hit update. A few seconds later, you'll get a few errors in FNIS. Supposedly it should still work. Unfortunately, FNIS is just going to output to the overwrites folder. However, that doesn't matter too much if you always have FNIS enabled. And most people do always have FNIS enabled, so we're going to leave it like that. Next, here we are with Vortex. Go to the Settings tab, enable Run FNIS on Deployment Event, go to the dashboard, and click the Refresh button. This should have FNIS automatically appear. Go to the Mods tab. Go to the gear that says Configure FNIS. Enable Gender. Save. Go ahead and hit Deploy Mods. You should automatically notice a new file called FNIS data. The next step, there's going to be a few record conflicts. For this, we need to go into SSEdit VQSC. So let's go into it. Now the reason why we're doing this is to get a list of mods that have conflicts. So, for instance, Embers HD conflicts with Realistic Waters 2. This conflict, as you can see, is not that bad of a conflict, but we're still going to method patch it anyway. ASLAL also conflicts, but only with USEP. ASLAL does not need a patch for USEP or any of the vanilla masters. So we're going to go ahead and create a mod group, name it ASLAL default. Enable ASLAL in the checkbox. Right click, select all, OK. Go back to your mod manager. We're going to disable everything, and then we're going to enable USEP, and we're going to enable, it shouldn't have any conflict showing. Next one, disable ASLAL and instead select RWT. Run VQSC, and you should see several conflicts. We're going to go into RWT only because that's the easiest way of doing this. Go into the first record, hide no conflicts. RWT should win all conflicts of water records. So let's go ahead and minimize that. Now, here we are in the world space records. No changes in 3C, but there's changes in the rest of these. Most of these conflicts have been with water records, but there's a few that are not just water. So we're going to copy as override. We are sure about this. To the ESPFE, RW2, USEP. Drag and drop, and let's keep going. Alright, so with that one record fixed, go ahead and drag select everything on the left, right click, create mod group, yes, RW2, USEP. Set RW2 USEP as the containing plugin, and close. Save. Go ahead and enable both RW2 and USEP, RW2 USEP. Next, go to Scandinavian Seasons and Scandinavian Seasons USEP. Enable both of those. Go into Xedit VQSC, and you should see no record conflicts. So, that's good. Close it. Disable Scandinavian. Enable Embers HD. Run it. You should see record conflicts. This should only be one, and Realistic Water 2 should win this conflict. So go ahead and drag select, Control M, and RW2 Embers HD. Put it in Embers HD. Go ahead and OK again. Close. Uncheck Embers HD. Check JK Skyrim, JK USEP, and JK Skyrim RWT patch. Let's go ahead and run it. There are still conflicts. However, because this is all RWT overriding water records in JK Skyrim, you can ignore those. Let's go ahead and select JK Skyrim RWT, RW2, JK Skyrim, and both USEPs. Hit Control M and get into it. JK RWT and hit OK. Put it in JK Skyrim RWT patch. OK. Right click, select all. OK. Close it. Now let's confirm that there's no conflicts if we add Stonewall's consistency patch. Next one we're going to look at is alternate start. So run it. So what we're going to do, right click on RW2 record, copy as override. We are sure about this. Into an ESPFE, ASLAL, RWT. Drag from ASLAL over to RWT. Yes. Go ahead and right click on this. Add master, RWT, RWT2 USEP, and hit OK. select all three, Control M. Yes. Name it, enter, ASLAL RW2, enable, close. Alright. The RW2 USEP patch should have as its masters RW2 and USEP. So we're going to go ahead and right click on it on the left, add masters, USEP and RW2. Hit OK. Next one, ELE. Make sure all the other plugins other than USEP and the two you are patching are disabled. So let's go into VQSC once again. As you get into this, you'll notice there's a few conflicts. So we're going to go ahead and select all these cell records in ELE. Right click, copy as override, give it a second, and we are sure ESPFE, ELE, RW2. If you'll notice, a lot of these records on the left immediately became yellow instead of red. But there's still a few red. Drag and drop the has water from RW2 into ELE RW2. Next thing is the world spaces. So go ahead and copy, because RW2 edits 2 records in these, whereas ELE only edits 1. We're going to copy the RW2 version. Select them, copy as override, ELE RW2. Yes. Now drag and drop the lighting only from ELE to the RW2 ELE patch. Make sure that ELE RW2 has both ELE and RW2 as masters, and for good measure, the RW2 USEP patch as well. Go ahead and select all 3, Control M, yes, RW2, ELE. Enable ELE RW2 and hit OK. Here's the last of the single plugin conflicts for today, SMIM and RW2. If you go into these records, you should notice RW2 only edits the water element of SMIM, so these conflicts are RW2's conflict win. Go ahead and drag select, right click, create mod group. Now if you were to enable all of these plugins, you might see more conflicts when you open it, and there you go. Very simple. Go ahead and close it, and everything's good to go. The files that were just generated should be, if you're using MO2, in Xedit output. As per usual, in overwrite. They will be in the overwrites folder. I recommend moving them from the overwrites folder into a new mod. If you use Vortex, they will be generated into the data folder. As usual, I recommend moving these files to a new mod.